TV off. Hi, it's Jeanette from Backroom Creations. If you don't see that little red live button, you're watching the replay. Please put hashtag replay and let me know that you stopped by. Warms my heart to see so many people that I can share my creations with. So just finishing up the previous creator, Lisa, right before me. Hi, Nadia. Hi, Dan. You're in Chicago. You're just a little runabout this year. Happy you stopped on. I have an uncle and aunt outside Chicago. Hi, Nancy. Come on in, everybody. I'm Jeanette with Backroom Creations, and this is the Seeds of a Summer Garden event that Nadia and Lisa have put on. I'm so thankful that I'm a part of it. Thank you for sprinkling from North Carolina, Nancy. Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Cheryl. Long time no see last night. Oh, you're visiting the grandkids. How nice. Hi, Garden Bug Design. So come on in, everybody. This is an event. We'll be sprinkled out to several groups. If you're new to me, again, my name is Jeanette. I'm with Backroom Creations. I started my journey online as a wreath maker and have evolved into all kinds of crafting. I love it all. That's my problem. My house is full of craft supplies. Thank you, Nadia. So today I'm going to go back to my beginning roots of whimsical. I love glitter. I love grungy. I love primitive. I love farmhouse. I love everything. So today we're going to do whimsical. I'm going to put a whimsical patriotic wreath on my front porch. And so, hey Lisa, we're going to start with a 24-inch pine wreath form. Listen, you don't have to save these for Christmas. You can use them all year long. Just because they're pine, by the time we get done stuffing it, you won't even know. So what better way to use something that buy them on clearance if you can find any. I know a lot of us wreath makers like to buy these. As soon as they put a case out, I buy the whole case. So, but this is a 24-inch one. It did come from Walmart. The really cheap ones are on the 20-inch and a little bit more the 24s. Hi, Marie. We're using some deco mesh. I haven't done a deco mesh wreath for a while, let alone a pine base. But I thought, let's get back to our roots. And I just picked 3 different patriotic meshes. We got a border mesh, we got some high foil, and hi, Nicole from Adoria's Creations. She's up next, so make sure that you stick around to see her at 1 o'clock. So these are cut at 25 inches. This is just going to be random. So I started rolling some. You see, I just put a few in here. We're going to do the woodland ruffle, the cruffle, hello, whatever you want to call it. I was brought up in the wreath making world calling it a woodland ruffle. I don't mean to rain on anybody's parade, but that's what I just know it of. So we're going to just go ruffle it. So the 3 that we have is a border mesh. And I love the foil. I like my grungy too, but today we're doing whimsical. This is a real high foil, and so is this. So they're all cut at 25 inches. That's how you pronounce my last name. Mech? Is it Meech or Mech? Cheryl. So I know a lot of people will ruffle them across their chest or just, loosely. This is one thing I just don't scrunch on because I want those ends down in. Bow tie, butterfly, oops. So they don't fray as much. So I use a lot of clothespins when I'm making wreaths. Hey, hey, there's Interior Jewels that kicked off the morning. Her beautiful birdhouse. Hi, Miss Tracy. How are you? So I'm just rolling them, I don't know, 3 or 4 different times and crunching them up the middle. That's how I've always done it. People used to laugh at my little clothespins, but I'm like, hey, it breaks, you throw it away and you get another one. It's no harm, no foul. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. Hi, Debbie from Myrtle Beach. I love Myrtle Beach area. I don't know that I want to live down there all the time, but I do like to visit. I do like the high foil a lot. So I roll a few and I put a few in. This is in no shape or form a pattern. I try not to put 2 next to each other that are the same. Hey, Melissa! Thank you. I just got it. What's it say? Never underestimate a crafty woman. I let go of my ruffle. Use chip clips. Have some chip clips. You know what I use clip chips for? I fold up the cords of things and I chip clip it. That way it makes a less mess in the box or the bin or whatever that I'm going to put it in. Got my hair cut a couple weeks ago. Got tired of it all. So I just take these and sometimes I make sure that I'm going in a pattern. Sometimes I double them up on top of each other. If you're a brand new wreath maker, sometimes we're a little picky on how we do things. I was as well. I was so scared when I first started doing lives. I wouldn't let my husband speak. Now he no longer helps me. I can do it all. They can be used for so many different things. You can also take a toilet paper roll, fold up your electrical cord and shove it in there. That's good too. But I'm not putting these in any pattern. I just want it full. Just want it full. Hi, Pam. How are you? Welcome. So we're just going to scrunch them in there and keep on going. You know, they were talking about having all seasons in their house this morning. And I'm like, I can't do fall and Christmas all at the same time. Poor Skippy. Yeah, whatever. Poor Skipper. He abandoned me. He is. Well, he went over to the shop to see if there's 24 inches, Cindy. He thinks people can see him. That's funny. So I do have a little box behind me. I started rolling some. I am a poor gauge in time. I can never gauge how much time it's going to take me to do something because you just never know what kind of mistakes you're going to make. Especially if I'm painting, I can never gauge how long it's going to take me to paint a project. If I'm painting it on a live. But now my husband used to actually, and Melissa knows this, he actually used to help me do lives. And things kind of evolved, and he's the shipping department, he's the sign pressing department. So he's usually in the wood shop cutting out projects. He don't cut out my projects, I cut out my own. That's right, Melissa. Happy accidents. I got a little space right here, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep putting the mesh in, and then if I see a hole or something that needs a little oomph. And that's what I like about the pine bases. You can just scrunch it together. Now, Melissa, he doesn't use as much packing tape and the shrink wrap as he used to. Melissa ordered signs when we first started. He wanted to make sure they didn't get dented or anything. He had those like Fort Knox. He does. We go through a lot of it. The cat, the little kitten that you guys have heard. Thank you. I got it at Kohl's. The cat. I was up here getting ready for my live, and she was stealing roses out of the bucket. My husband Floyd sent me a picture of a rose down there. She likes to come up here and snatch things. Took you 2 hours done. You're so funny. See, I got a little hole in here. We'll come back and fill those in. Or I'll stick something on it. I don't think I'm using a sign this time. I had a sign out, but it has a tan base. I still have it out, yeah. So this is the sign that I was going to use. But then as I was choosing all my things, they're all white. So I didn't want to mix just the sign in there. So you can see how this fills out really nice. I'm going to have to watch everybody else on the run. As soon as I'm done here, grandchild's birthday to go to. And then after that, I have a graduation party to go to. One of my friend's grandsons, who she raises. Can't believe that boy is graduating. It is. So you can see I've got a little sparingly down this way. First I wanted to make sure I had enough, but I cut way too much. I know I did, but that's okay. I cut 3 at a time, so to make it go fast. Hi, Deborah. How are you? So we're just going to roll some. And then I have lots of glitter. So y'all haven't seen me use much glitter lately, but I still love it. I've been working on farmhouse and primitive style things, but I still love my glitter in its right spot. I'll tell you what, I haven't used things with glitter on it for months. I mean months. But it's still all over the house. And now the cat. Oh. So my granddaughter was living with me. She wanted a kitten. We got her a kitten. And now she's living with her dad, who has dogs. So guess who got stuck with the kitten? Thank you. Yeah, we've helped watch that boy grow up. My friend who I used to be her manager. At Walmart. That's how we weren't always friends. But it evolved into a friendship. She would say things underneath her breath, and I'm like, I heard you. Because our offices were across the hallway. Her favorite thing to say was, what the hell? I would make her mad because, that's what managers do. They make their employees mad. And then she's like, it's Thursday. Are we going to Mexican for lunch? Oh, Melissa, my granddaughter, I have ones that are 16. I'm 53. So we have 11 grandkids, ages 3 to 16. They either make you feel old or young. The little one, she just turned 10 yesterday. She was our little baby. The girls, I used to have a private group. They would call her Miss Giggles, because she would pop in on my live and say hi and giggle. So Stacy deemed her Miss Giggles. Good genes. The bones make me feel about 70 though. So I hope you guys are having a good time watching the event all the way till this evening. If you see some of my friends that pop in on their pages, make sure to give them a follow. That's what the event is all about, is to help each other and help each other grow our pages. I felt like it took me forever to get to 7,000, and my husband, he's like, oh, it's just a number, which it is. You can equate to that. So I'm kind of folding them up as after I put them in to give them the appearance of being full and standing up. Just make sure I don't put two right next to each other. Oh, I know that. I'm not a drinker, but maybe if we go to the yacht club with friends, I'll have a drink with dinner, and then I'm done. I'm out, pass out, come home, go to bed. Hi, Karen from Florida. Thank you for stopping by. So we're just filling up our pine base here. It's a 24-inch pine base from Walmart. I have more 20 inches than I do the 24s. Hi, Stephanie from Nut and Perfect. Welcome. Just a few more will fill out. Well, I might not have cut as many as I thought, because I'm trying to stuff it full. This one's going to go on the front of my house. I have determined that I cannot have wreaths on my front door. They blow. Thanks, Melissa. They blow off, they twist around. So I'm going to put it on the house. I have to find my siding. Those little clips that you can put into siding. Find that. We live in town, but it's just, I don't know if we live like in a little wind tunnel or something. I've lost door hangers. We had a really bad windstorm one year. I had one of the door hangers. It was just a sign and some mesh and a big bow. It was gone. My husband went around all the house and down the street. It was gone. Hey, Craft Queen. Liz, right? So we're just gonna fill this up. I already made my bow. I made a big bow, and it would have took me a little while. I have to remember not to burn myself on the glue pot. I know I don't get to watch everybody all the time. I work. But I do have a job now that I don't know how to do everything. So in between orders, I kind of peek in on the Facebook. soggy front porch. So here we're pretty full. I think over here I want to put just a couple more. Roll off there. But like I said, I didn't do a pattern. I just kind of made sure that two weren't right next to each other, hopefully. These are cut at 25 inches. I know, I think this one came from Craft Outlet. The blue, red, white, and blue stripe. Well, they're all red, white, and blue. I think this one came from Old Time Pottery. And the other one might have came from Michael's or... Hi, Karen. How are you? Thank you. If you didn't know, they were on last Sunday with the first part of the event. You can go back and watch the replays. I don't go live as much as I want. Thank you. I think this, yeah, I like the high foil when I'm doing whimsical and stuff. I like the high foil. I have so much mesh from when I was making wreaths steady. Used to make 4 wreaths a week. Okay, so let's fill this in just a little bit more. And we're not going to do the traditional ribbon tails. I don't want to see a whole lot of green. Of course, we're going to put more stuff in here. That's the wonderful thing about pine. You can just kind of just shove it over. Figure out which ones haven't been used. Yes, Floyd even made some wreaths. He would usually make the pixie wreaths. There was some clothespins. So here's this big old wreath. Now we're gonna swish it. Now it's an oval wreath. Isn't that fun? So of 3 rolls, I had just a little bit left. We'll make sure we... Now, I used to put pipe cleaners or zip ties across here. As long as you have a sturdy base wire, you really don't have to do that. See here where I can stick that where... We want to stick that glue just anywhere. So yes, it's nice and full. So here's where I just start pulling anything and everything that I would want to put in here. We're doing really good on time. I didn't know how long it was going to take me. So I went ahead and made the big bow. We might put a couple little bows in here. So if you know your bows, this is kind of a cross between a funky bow and a Lisa bow. I do use zip ties to put mine together, and I use it as a handle until I'm ready to put it in my project. You have some nice Ferris silk. I like a 4-inch on the back. Just 1 loop of each, especially if it's a good, nice, good sturdy ribbon like Ferris silk. It's probably my favorite ribbon. Sorry, D. Stevens. I like my Ferris silk. So now that I've got it pretty fluffed, go ahead and cut that off. Not sure if I want it at the top or the bottom. So I will just kind of like lay my things out, especially since I squished this one. Listen, we were talking about bows on the last live. I cannot make a hand bow because I have arthritis really bad in my hands. Um, but my first wreaths did not have a bow. So if you're just starting out and you're struggling at making a bow, just practice. I think the two biggest people that I watched was Terry Lynn Marshall, Damon from Deco Exchange, Scott from Waterman's Loft, and Regina, the pro bow. I have a pro bow maker. I still haven't mastered that or anything, but just don't give up. I love to make bows now because I actually think they look okay. My first bows, I have a wreath that hangs in the shipping room, aka Floyd's room, that he won't let me take down because it's one of my very first wreaths and it shows how far I've come. Because it's awful. It's really awful. Okay, so I'm just going to set that there because I'm not real sure if I want it at the top or the side. I do have, let's talk about what I got. I have Mr. Sam. We can do. I have some, yeah. So these are just some rag balls. I make rag balls and they're on my Etsy. All different kinds of different seasons and farmhouse and primitive and all that. So we can put these in there. I have 3 of those. I have all kinds because we're doing whimsical, right? So I have all kinds of glitter. All kinds. I have some ribbon tails that I cut we could use. I even have some little flags. Get rid of these. I don't think we need clothespins anymore. Okay. You have, since we're doing whimsical, I have all kinds of things. I don't even have all of them online. So if you're looking for a certain color scheme or anything, I sell mine in sets of 3, just so you can pick different colors. But the way we're going to attach these, I have a pick machine, so I use a pick machine. If you don't have a pick machine, you can buy those little wooden picks, and it will serve the same purpose. So we will get some pipe cleaners. I use green when I do pine bases just because it'll help blend in. I do have these on the website, on my Etsy. But what I do is I fold my pipe cleaner in half. Make sure I not burn myself. And then I already have a pick out over here. Let's see if I can move this so you can see a little bit better. So this is my pick machine. It's an old one. It's heavy. So I put the fold part in the pick. And then I take my styrofoam ball, because that's what the core is. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on my pick. And then this is how I attach it to the wreath. Because if you ever say your wreath is seasoned out, but your attachments are still good, you can just pull this out. Versus when I first started, I used to dump the whole thing in my glue pot. But you can't use it anymore. Oh, thanks, Melissa. So we'll get a couple more here. This was something else when I first started wreath making. someone said, "Oh, you need a pick machine," because I was putting a bunch of things in Ree's, and I'm like, eh. So Floyd went on. I'm gonna let these set up for a minute. Went on Etsy, or not Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, and he found one not too far. You're bad, Melissa. I'm like, I really don't need one, but it was only $50 about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and it's the cast iron. It's not the metal ones, so it really is. It was a florist that was retiring. It was the find of the century. So that's how I attach them. You want to make sure that all the sharp edges get all the way down into the styrofoam, because if you grab it, those picks are really, really sharp. So I don't think I need this anymore. We'll just set it over here. So I have a pipe cleaner. Thank you, Tracy. I just took a needle and went through his stuffing. And maybe he can sit in the middle. His legs are kind of flimsy. I'm just setting things where I think I might want them. And then we will. I think I want another bow down here. What do you think? Should we make another bow? Just set up. When you work with, so you're supposed to work in odd numbers. I don't have another blue star, but I'm going to use them up. So, but like my balls, I have 3 of, and then you put them in a triangle. So I'm just wrapping my pipe cleaner around my base. Maybe. Does anybody have any big plans this weekend? It's pretty nice weather here today. It's supposed to be a little hot. Got up to 90 yesterday. But where I work, they keep it so cold. There we go. I had a heater on. My hands were freezing. But then we come out and it's warm. I've been wearing long sleeves to work. Trying to see where I want to put all these. I'll put one over here. Everybody going on big vacations this year? Aw, thank you, Melissa. I'll let him know. We don't do a whole lot for Mother's Day, Father's Day. Put one of these over here. Put one of these way up here. Like I said, I'm just tying it to the base. 1 week cooled down in the 60s for summer. Where are you at? I'm in Ohio, where you can wear a bikini and a parka all in the same week. Could you not? And they told me that the office is cold in the wintertime too, and I'm like, after my training's done, I get to work from home. Woohoo! So, Oregon. Oh, you're out there where it's all wet. So hopefully by Christmas, I'll be working from home. So these are the same way. I think I had this on something. Let's get this off. There we go. So there's little frames in there we could just attach the pipe cleaners to. You're always hot in Florida. It's always hot in Texas too. Every time I go down there, it's hot. I'm not going. Yep. In Louisiana. Oh my Lord, that year we went to Louisiana. See, it was in April, but oh my gosh, was it hot. I went to a convention. You're in the middle called High Desert. Oh. Yes, I am ecstatic to be able to work from home, but I got to do about 6 months of training because there's a lot to learn. And I'm only 8 miles from home now. I was working almost an hour away. I just couldn't do that anymore. It's 93 there, Tracy. I'm not sure what it is right here right now. We have window air conditioners because we live in an old home that doesn't have central air. So I have 7 window air conditioners. No, I don't run them all at the same time. Because if I did, my power bill might be like $700. I know you work from home too, Tracy. See, I don't want to put that exactly right across from. I was thinking about putting a bow down here, but maybe not. Maybe not. I just want to be able to get up and I just sleep in a t-shirt and shorts and I just get up and go to work. Oh, rub it in, Melissa. My friend Pam, that is usually on my lives, she's retired now too. She worked from home. I worked with her at Walmart for several years. Okay. So here's what we got so far. Cook eggs on the sidewalk. I haven't done my bow yet, so that's why I'm holding it. Thank you, Anita. He's not connected either. I think we're going to leave him in the middle. We will just... Thank you, Tracy. I love making wreaths, but unfortunately they don't sell as much as I love making them. I do sell some here locally in a shop that we're in. Thank you. But they don't like the big full ones because here in Ohio a lot of people have storm doors. And so I make pancake wreaths mostly to put in the shop. But at Christmas time I don't like to make pancake ones. Pancake ones just mean they're really flat. So they will go between a storm door and allow it to shut. Make my son pancake ones. Okay. So he's all secure. My husband's out running around. He'll be back here by 1 o'clock. I got a granddaughter waiting on presents. There we go. The more I can tie to a wreath frame, I will. If you put flowers in there, a lot of times they're glued in. But the more I can tie in, That's what I prefer to do. Because like I said, if oh, thank you, Nadia. Um, if something like if the mesh would fade, but your attachments are still okay, then I can just take them back out, put them in another wreath. So there's one big bow. And now we have all kinds of glitter. I'll be covered in it here in a minute. See what we got going on. I know these came from Dylan Palmer. I love patriotic. My living room is Americana. So usually when you get a spray like this, it's just like a bushel of flowers, not a bushel, but a bush, or greenery. You want to pull it apart. And usually these are just paper covered. And you can pull them apart and put them in different parts of your project. Slides off. I keep my wreaths in a storage unit, a metal storage unit, and I've not had any problem with them. So these are some popsicles. I haven't made any, Floyd calls them foo-foo stuff. I haven't made any wreaths like this for quite a while. Just because I like primitive too, so this does not fit into primitive. But these I will, just for secureness, I will put this down in my glue pot and then right into some mesh so it will not come out. And we'll make sure you know where you're going with it though. Ouch. My heat tool got me the other day. I stopped using my Ryobi gum because of my glue tool because it was leaving scars. I don't know if I want that or not. This I might leave all together. Let's see what we got over here. So we have another popsicle. I like to put them down in. I want them to get attached to some of that mesh. So after it all dries up, it's not going anywhere. So here's a little trick. You're on a primitive kick again. You're back at it. I got a lot of primitive here. So if these are too long for you, not sure what's going on with that one, but just chop it off. You could run some floral tape right around here. I'm trying to see if I have my white out anywhere. Or just leave it intact at the bottom. When you do this, that gives the glue a bigger area to attach themselves to. I'm going to need my floral tape. Pardon me. Here's my red. Did you know you could get floral tape in all different colors? You sure can. Alright, red, white, brown, green. It has some blue. Ha snip, fix that. Okay, that's how it's going to go. You've never used floral tape. It's not really a tape, but it's sticky and it sticks to itself. So we're just going to unroll these. What I kind of do is how short I want to do it. And it'll stick to itself. Now, I will go ahead and leave these on here. Like I said, the bigger area you have to put in the glue, the more it's going to stay in your wreath. So I'll just slap glue all over that. I just didn't want the foo-foos to go too far out. Put one more foo-foo in here. That's what all the kids call them too. All your foo-foos, Grandma. As you pull on it, it releases the glue that's on the back of it. And then it just sticks to itself. Yep, it will. Try to make sure where I want to put it. Yep, our next creator is Nicole from Doria Creations. Here's what we got so far. When you smush them, it makes it almost like a swag. I have missed using my glitter. Thank you. So here again, we're gonna separate out. Oh, I still got some more over there. The paper coated ones are the best because they come apart so easy. Oh, thick wire. Well, let's put a little tape on that. I just want it to come apart too bad. So the paper, unlike the floral tape, does not stick to itself. Basically, the tension of running it around, the glue it clear at the bottom, is what keeps it together. But it's real easy to get things broke apart. Let's see here. Ouch! Touch the glue, of course. If you do get glue on other parts that you did not want glue to go to, don't try to peel it off. Just use, depending on what it's on, use a hair dryer or a heat tool. If it's on a hard surface, you can usually scrape it off, but a heat tool will melt your mesh. So you want to be careful there. Got about 10 more minutes. So I will be on the rest of your lives. I might not be commenting as much because I've got some parties to go to. If I miss any, I will watch the replays. So if anybody comes back and watches the replay, let me know by putting #replay. I'd love to know when people stop by. So these are just some stars. Let's see if we can use this one. you, Liz. This will not go between a storm door and your exterior door. Unless maybe if you live in a log cabin. I'll be covered in glitter going to these parties I got to go to today. I'll be like, what have you been doing? Crafting. Get down in there. I'm looking for something. So I got some glue on some greenery and I want to hide it. So I'm thinking about what I can put there. It is fluffy. Can you see it all? So it is a little thick. Ah ha ha. Oh, there goes the glue on my mat. I think trying to put, oh, here, I will just, I want to do, I'm going to do a white one. I thought I had a white one loose is what I was looking for. I'll probably find it after. So if they have paper, you can just rip them on down. So that's an easy way to make, you can use the wire, make it a curlicue. In this case, I wanted it to put glue on. Just wrapped it around a dowel rod. And I can put that right there. Come on. There we go. So I really didn't have to use any more ribbon. I don't think I have any room for it. So I had some ribbon tails. So I'm just untwisting where I put the deco mesh. Of course, I had to use the glitter one. That just adds some more stuff to it. This is the kind of wreath that I love to make, but unfortunately in my area it doesn't sell too well. Christmas time I can sell a little bit of the fluffier ones, as we call them. Trying to see where I could put any more. You know, they say sometimes it's too much too much of a good thing is too much. Not in glitter. Thank you. So I'm just crunching them up in the middle. I'm just adding them in where I want to. With a pine wreath, you kind of have unlimited branches more so than using a wreath base that has, pipe cleaners or a pre-built wreath form. Thank you, Anita. See where else we can put one. Thank you, Donna. And I'm just using one ribbon this time. A lot of us will put a 2.5 inch with a 1.5 inch, or we'll put 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches together. I'm just using, these are actually pulled out of another wreath that I just didn't like anymore. So if things aren't damaged, I'll just save it. I just fold it up, put it in a baggie. Ribbon's expensive. If it had glue on it or anything, I wouldn't use it. But it was a wreath that hadn't even been outside. Just didn't like it anymore. Sometimes we make things we don't like. Oh. Let's see, I need one more, and I used all those. Now I know I had a roll. Maybe I threw it in the tote. I'm just looking in the tote. That's weird. Not that, my whole room is oh, it's right in front of me. I just want one more over here. So just a couple minutes. I just use straight pins. Don't use rubber bands like I did in the beginning because it leaves grooves in your ribbon. Dovetail these. One more over here to balance them out. Oh, there it is. I need another tie. So here we go. Make sure you stick around and see Nicole from Adoria's Creations. Here is my project. I hope you can see it. I'll take a picture after I get it hung up. But thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. Lisa and Nadia, thank you so much for including me in your event. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye, guys. Thank you, Tracy.